Hello everyone, this is yet another pre-recording announcement of HANTEO Chart's weekly album chart of the 4th week of January of 2020. So I've been personally busy attending the US tour for 17, and I'm sure I get to talk about it a little more towards the middle of the chart or end of the chart when we do discuss 17, but needless to say, I love attending concerts and seeing our favorite artists in real person, and looking forward to continue doing this for the rest of the year. So let's get started. Hello, we will announce the world's one and only real-time chart, HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart, starting now. This is your host again, Joe. And if you're curious about K-pop album sales, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. We will continue to take a look at the weekly album chart rankings of the 4th week of January. As usual, we'll start with 10th place. 10th place was taken by Red Velvet, the re-festival finale version that was sold 885 copies within the last week. I guess the latest news for Red Velvet is that they claimed their 9th win in music show of the regular TV channels, and they're continuing to do well, obviously in the weekly chart as well. So great job and support from Rebel Loves. Continuing on the 9th place. 9th place was taken by 17's 3rd studio album, Unknown, that was sold 949 copies. And like I said in the beginning of the video, they successfully finished their North American tour in 8 different cities, and I think the Carrots in the US were really lucky to start off the year with 17 and 17 as well. And they also appeared on Good Day New York while they were in the East Coast here. Many media exposures, obviously very successful tour, and a couple of members were slightly sick during the tour, but everybody looked very happy at the very end, which was the Seattle tour, so that was good. Moving on to the 8th place. 8th place was taken by AT's Treasure Epilogue, Action to Answer, which was sold 1,124 copies in the last week. They are continuing on to promote in the music show. I believe this is the last week of their promotion with the title track, Answer. They were mentioned as the next BTS by Jeff Benjamin of Billboard. I think there's a lot to look forward to for ATEEZ in 2020. Obviously, the world tour is coming up soon, starting in February in Seoul, and very much looking forward to that as well, personally. Moving on to the 7th place. 7th place was taken by BTS, Met with Seoul Persona, that was sold 1,216 copies within the last week. You probably saw the Grammy Awards as well, and there they collaborated with Lil Nas X and showed a special stage, and it became a huge news because it was the first time as in a Korean singer / group appeared on Grammy Awards. So even my colleague who has no idea what K-pop is noted that, that collaboration was great. So there you go. Great achievement again from BTS, and very much looking forward to the next album as well, which will be coming in February. February is like literally around the corner, so we'll see when the new album comes out. And I guess also they recently announced their world tour as well, and at least for the North American leg, the ticketing is very soon too, so I'm sure everybody's looking forward to that as well. Next, in the 6th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of the 4th week of January was taken by SF9, and their album First Collection was sold 1,407 copies. So they're also doing very well in the music shows recently. I believe they claimed their 3rd win, and towards the end of
I guess statewide, the 30th or 31st in Korea.
Subscribe to the channel and like this video. I think it was 30th in Korea. And they recently also filmed, I guess, did a photo shoot for their photo book and showed various charms of the group members as well. So more stuff for fantasies to look forward to. And that was in 6th place, SF9's first collection album that was sold 1,407 copies in the 4th week of January. This weekly physical album result is based on the real-time sales data that was I guess participated by all of the K-pop fans all over the world. So if you have purchased your favorite artist's album, then your sales have contributed to this weekly album chart. Moving on to the 5th place of HANTEO chart's 4th week of January with weekly physical album chart was taken by Very Varies. Face Me, the 3rd mini album, was sold 2,888 copies. We've talked about Very Very so many times by this point in weekly chart announcement, but their title track Laid Back has surpassed the 10 million views milestone of the music video was. So that's also great news. Really good to see the relatively newer groups get supported by the K-pop fans. So congratulations, and hopefully we get to see a lot of other new activities from Very Very as well. Moving on to the 4th place. 4th place is actually a new album that was released by Kim Dong-won. His album, I believe you read it as Lur, L-E-R, the mini album that was sold 5,070 copies in the 4th week of January. So this mini album is only consisted of Kim Dong-won, who is from Shinhwa. It's only consisted of his self-written tracks and self-produced. It's been 2 years since he released his single album called Trace of Emotion Blue. As the title indicates, L.E.R. Lure, this album comes in 2 different versions. One is called Killer, the second one is called Healer. And the Killer version is in very strong red, and the concept photos inside are very strong as well. Like, it reminds you of like vampire-ish concept. And the Healer version is in pure white, and it represents sort of presenting this healing to the fans as a singer on the stage. So you can get totally two different versions of this album and listen to his beautiful tracks as well. Moving on to the 3rd place. 3rd place was taken by Bulgarians. Every Letter I Sent You, that was sold 5,112 copies in the last week. This particular album placed 7th, I believe, last week, and it definitely climbed the ladder. And this album contains an introduction that was written by Yerin herself, which is very heartwarming. She mentions how this album collects all the ideas and thoughts that she had from since she was 19 to 23. So definitely an album that represents growth of her as an artist, as a person as well. And I read a lot of positive reviews also on the album itself and how beautiful it is, like the physical album. So if you're interested, definitely check the album out and contribute to the weekly chart. We're only left with 2 albums on this weekly album chart. And as you know, this weekly physical album chart result is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time physical album chart. Okay, so the 2nd place was taken by, unsurprisingly, Taeyeon's Purpose. That was sold 6,039 copies. We've been constantly seeing Taeyeon's Purpose on the weekly chart, and this is actually, I did start off as unsurprising, but this is actually a surprising result, or I guess achievement, because basically she recorded the accumulated sales of about 25K copies without any music show promotions or fan signing events, etc. So it's just purely the fans supporting her with the album sales. So that's amazing. And we hope to continue seeing her do her album doing well on the chart as well as her promotions. So, and we're only left with the first place. First place, like the last week, was taken by Kim Jae-jung's Love Song, the second mini album. That was sold 14,587 copies. And as we mentioned last week as well, this was his comeback after 4 years of hiatus. And he is starting off an Asian tour starting 22nd of February in Bangkok. I believe in quite a few stops. I think it was 6, but it might be more. But yeah, I think definitely he is very popular in Asia since, I guess, his way back when days when he was part of the group, and now as a solo he's still popular as well. As a person who's living in the US, I think it'll be great to see him in the States as well, on the sort of the western side of the globe, but it's really good to see that he is still doing very well on the obviously the album chart, and very popular and high in popularity in Asian countries as well. So that was everyone on the chart, and we will go through from top to bottom the top 10 of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 4th week of January. So yeah, if you're curious about how many new albums will be counted during the upcoming week, you can definitely check out the weekly physical album chart that was announced today from WhosfanTV app. Don't forget to check out the real-time and daily chart as well, and there's also a store chart that you can contribute while actively participating in the fan activities on WhosfanTV app, so that you can contribute to your favorite artist's ranking. And also, obviously, please subscribe to WhosfanTV, the YouTube channel, and like this video as well, and we will continue to report on the weekly charts and other ongoings in the K-pop world. Definitely hope to see you in real time next week. I definitely miss interacting with you guys. So yeah, until next week. Thank you for watching, and this was your host, Joe. See you next week.